Imagine meeting someone who makes your heart race, your mind spin, and your thoughts linger on them long after they're gone. They're not the kindest, most generous, or even the most honest person you've ever met, yet something about them pulls you in, almost hypnotically. What creates that magnetic pull? Today, I'm taking you on a journey to explore the dark side of attraction through the lens of Niccolo Machiavelli, the razor-sharp political strategist who understood how power shapes the human mind. For Machiavelli, attraction isn't about beauty or kindness, it's a strategic game where desire, fear, and control intertwine. Today, we're diving into this journey together. Are you ready to step into Machiavelli's world? Let's get started. Part 1, Machiavelli and the Psychology of Desire. Niccolo Machiavelli, the author of The Prince, wasn't writing about love or charm. He was a Renaissance political thinker in a world where power was the ultimate currency. But his insights into manipulating crowds, building influence, and outsmarting rivals apply uncannily to the art of human attraction. According to Machiavelli, people aren't drawn to kindness or generosity. We're captivated by what taps into our primal instincts: power, mystery, and dominance. Pause for a moment and think about someone who's ever consumed your thoughts. Were they always predictable, always available, or always putting you first? Probably not. The most magnetic people often make you feel a mix of admiration and unease. Machiavelli famously wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." In attraction, this means kindness might earn you affection, but unpredictability, power, and the sense that you have to earn their attention, that's what sparks obsession. Take a historical example, Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. She didn't rely solely on her beauty to captivate powerful men like Julius Caesar or Mark Antony. She was a master of mystery, intellect, and emotional manipulation. She knew when to dazzle, when to withdraw, and how to leave them craving more. This is pure Machiavellian strategy. It's not about pleasing everyone, it's about making them want you, need you, even fear losing you. Modern psychology backs this up. The Zeigarnik effect shows we obsess over things left unfinished. Someone who's always open, always available, becomes predictable and boring. But someone who keeps their distance, leaving questions unanswered, becomes a puzzle you can't stop trying to solve. Picture yourself at a party. You meet two people, one's all smiles, agreeing with everything you say, eager to please. The other speaks sparingly, but every word is sharp. Their gaze seems to see right through you, and they leave without revealing much. Who's stuck in your head all night? Machiavelli would bet on the second one. They've ignited your desire to explore, to conquer, to prove yourself. This is the dark side of attraction. It's not about kindness, it's about psychological power. So how do you apply this? You don't need to be cold or distant. Instead, learn to create moments that spark curiosity. A cryptic comment, a meaningful glance, or a well-timed pause can be more powerful than 1,000 compliments. Machiavelli didn't teach us how to love, he taught us how to be unforgettable. Part 2, Control outshines charm. Machiavelli knew that power isn't about how strong you are, it's about how well you control the situation. In attraction, this means whoever controls the emotional dynamic holds the reins. A Machiavellian doesn't rely on charm or looks to draw people in. They're master directors, shaping the script of the relationship, how the story between two people unfolds. Think of a movie director. They don't appear on screen, but they control the camera angles, lighting, and pacing. In relationships, the Machiavellian is that director. They know how to create moments that make you feel alive, then pull back, leaving you confused and craving more. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, a technique that hooks people by alternating between attention and indifference. Imagine texting someone. If they always reply instantly, full of enthusiasm, you'll soon lose interest. But if they're warm one moment, distant the next, disappearing only to return with a message that makes your heart skip. You're hooked. This isn't random, it's strategy. Look at the entertainment world. Stars like James Dean or Beyoncé aren't just famous for talent. They captivate because they control their image. They appear, dazzle, then vanish, leaving fans hungry for more. James Dean, with his rebellious edge and cryptic lines, obsessed an entire generation. Beyoncé, with her carefully curated, rare appearances, keeps the world talking. They control the script. And in attraction, you can too. Machiavelli advised, keep others guessing your intentions. In attraction, this means never letting someone feel they've fully got you. A well-timed smile, a sudden silence, or an action that makes them wonder, what are they thinking? These are tools to keep them in your orbit. But there's a catch: overdo it, and you seemed manipulative; underdo it, and you fade into the background. The Machiavellian masters this balance. They know when to show up and when to step back. For example, in a conversation, instead of spilling your life story, share a compelling anecdote, then pivot subtly, leaving them wanting more. In dating, don't always be available. Create moments of scarcity, not to play games, but to signal you're someone with value. With a world of your own they only get to glimpse. This control makes you irresistible. Part 3, Mystery fuels obsession, not honesty. One of the biggest mistakes in relationships is believing total honesty makes you more attractive. Machiavelli would scoff at that. He wrote, "The wise never reveal their full intentions." In attraction, this means complete openness might make someone feel safe, but it kills curiosity, the most potent fuel for desire. Picture solving a puzzle. If all the pieces are laid out, you finish quickly and move on. But if some pieces are missing, you'll spend hours searching, imagining, obsessing. The Machiavellian hides those pieces. They say just enough to pique interest but hold back enough to spark curiosity. The result? People paint an idealized picture of you in their minds, often far grander than reality. Consider dating. Someone who spills their entire life story on the first date, childhood, exes, dreams, might feel relatable, but they also dampen excitement. Compare that to someone who drops a few intriguing details, paired with a sly smile or a vague remark, leaving you itching to know more. That's the power of ambiguity. Psychology's illusory truth effect shows we fill gaps in information with positive assumptions. When you reveal less, others project their hopes and dreams onto you, idealizing you. Think of Jay Gatsby in The Great Gatsby. He never tells his full story, and that mystery ensnares Daisy and readers. His vague past, lavish parties, and half-true tales make everyone around him desperate to unravel him. In real life, you can do this by revealing selectively. Share a personal story to build connection, but always hold back something to keep them digging. Mystery creates tension. Tension creates desire. And desire makes you unforgettable. Part 4, Seduction as a Power Game. Every relationship has a pursuer and a decider. The pursuer is often at a disadvantage, scrambling for attention or approval. The Machiavellian never plays the pursuer. Instead, they flip the script, making others prove their worth. This isn't Hollywood romance, it's a power game where attention is currency and distance is a weapon. Think of a chess match. If you're always making the first move, you're reactive, vulnerable. The Machiavellian lets others move first. They create scarcity of time, attention, or emotion. When someone feels you're not entirely theirs, they'll do anything to win you over. This is psychology's scarcity principle. We crave what's hard to get. Look at luxury brands like Hermes or Rolex. They don't discount or beg for customers. They create exclusivity, making people wait, prove their worth. In attraction, the Machiavellian does the same. They don't chase approval, they make others feel they must earn their time. In dating, instead of constant texting or people-pleasing, they might send a message that lights you up. then go silent for a bit. When they return, it feels like a victory. But it's not just about distance. It's about projecting value. The Machiavellian has a strong personal brand, confidence, purpose, a world others only glimpse. This makes their attention feel like a privilege. Machiavelli said, "Make others depend on you." In attraction, this means becoming someone they can't imagine being without. Part 5, The Cost of Dark Attraction. Machiavellian attraction works, but it's a double-edged sword. Using power, mystery, and manipulation can make someone obsessed with you. But at what cost? They might feel drained, anxious, or addicted to you, but not truly loved. This approach creates an emotional roller coaster, blending joy with insecurity, desire with fear of loss. Imagine a relationship built on intermittent reinforcement. It's thrilling at first, but over time, the other person grows exhausted from chasing you, guessing your intentions, never feeling secure. Psychologists call this cognitive load. When someone spends too much energy decoding you, they may feel manipulated. Once trust erodes, the relationship becomes a power struggle, not a partnership. Historical couples like Bonnie and Clyde, though passionate, often ended in chaos due to a lack of trust and stability. Machiavellian attraction can make you the center of attention, but it rarely builds lasting bonds. Machiavelli cared about power, not love. In life, power alone isn't enough. A Harvard study on relationships found that long-term satisfaction comes from stability and security, not fleeting thrills. The Machiavellian might captivate short-term, but without balancing power with sincerity, they leave a trail of broken hearts. Use these strategies responsibly. Mystery draws people in, but honesty builds trust. Distance sparks desire, but presence fosters connection. Conclusion: learn from Machiavelli. Don't become him. Attraction rooted in power is intoxicating, but dangerous. Machiavelli taught us how to control emotions, create mystery, and make others need us. But he also showed that power without balance is fleeting. Those who only manipulate risk becoming the villain in their own story. Use Machiavelli's lessons to be more magnetic, but don't let them make you cold or distant. Be a storm, powerful, captivating, worth chasing, but don't leave others running in fear. True attraction isn't just about desire, it's about making others feel valued in your presence. Think of someone you admire. They might be mysterious or powerful, but they also have moments that make you feel seen, understood. That's the balance Machiavelli never mentioned, but we must embrace. Want to master the art of powerful attraction without becoming the bad guy? Hit subscribe now, and join us to explore the psychology of desire, power, and connection. Welcome to the dark side of attraction, but step in with your eyes wide open. See you in the next video.